Teacher, we saw a man casting out demons in your name, and we forbade him, because he was not following us. Do not forbid him, for no one who does a mighty work in my name will be able soon after to speak evil of me, for he that is not against us is for us. Talking some years ago to an exorcist who works in Central America, he explained that the evangelicals, the Pentecostals in the area, when they have to do with certain powerful cases of possession, actually discreetly contact him or some other exorcist who is known to be authorized by the Catholic Church. The reason being that secretly they know that there is a power that they actually haven't got exactly themselves. And so there's a certain bonhomie between them. Interesting. But the experience also of exorcists is something that we can glean from. Father Amorth, in one of his last major exorcisms, was on the very feast of St. Rita, confronting powerful demons, and it turned out that the invocation of St. Rita was one of the most powerful means of getting things to happen. The very name, only pronounced once, caused huge scenes. It terrified the demons. And so we can learn from this that the hidden suffering of these women of God is worth far more than the noise of many men, for it is heard on high. She stayed in a bad marriage and obtained actually the conversion of her husband just in time, and heroically prayed that the Lord would not allow her sons to avenge his death and fall therefore into mortal sin, and if that meant taking them before that happened, so be it. And so it was. The Lord took her at her word, which of course allowed her to be free to follow her true vocation. But even there, the Lord had to intervene to get her in because of the links with the feud outside. Because if she came in with the baggage of this feud. In those days, this huge ongoing battle between the Ghibellini and the Guelfi was something to be reckoned with in Umbria and Tuscany. Like St. Catherine of Siena, she was an instrument of peace. We can also be aware that this secret suffering, humiliation, quiet obedience is something very pleasing to the Lord, even though it can be actually displeasing to ourselves. We can choose, like her, to stay with it. Even bullying can be turned to sanctification and merit. We don't have to answer back or seek at all costs our rights. Actually, quite a few marriages can be saved. They don't all have to disintegrate just like that. It would be well on this day also to be aware how close heaven is to earth, and when one invokes such powerful saints, things do happen. Saint of the impossible. Amazing things at times. And why should that not be the case? If we believe in God, we believe in His power. And we also believe in that article of our faith, the communion of saints. On their feast days, the frontier is not that thick. We can actually be very close to heaven, especially when we celebrate the sacred mysteries in their honor. Many things happen in the context of St. Rita. These strange bees that still come out in the monastery from that niche in the cloister around this feast, and then go back there and hibernate for the rest of the year. Roses, where the petals go, even now, miracles do happen, and they're blessed on her feast day in her honour. Why should God be not able to do the impossible? And we can actually have power over God when we really plug into the mystery of the communion of saints, which, by the way, we only have fully in the church that he founded. For although this gospel does not forbid, it does actually remind us that there is a will of God, that an openness exists of superabundance outside the parameters of the Catholic Church. And therefore we can see how people working among Pentecostals and Evangelicals find the same problems, the battle with Lucifer. And there also, strangely, there's something that we can meet, sometimes more actually mystically than when we try to get through to lapsed Catholics who have the same faith, but not by then the same grace. The importance is ultimate victory for the enemy of the soul, who still seeks our ruin as he ever has. Ubi caritas et amor, ubi caritas Deus est, ubi caritas et amor, ubi caritas Deus est, ubi caritas et amor, ubi caritas Deus est. Gloria al Padre, al Figlio e allo Spirito Santo, come era nel principio e ora e sempre, nei secoli dei secoli. Amen. Saint Rita, pray for us. Saint Rita, pray for us. Saint Rita, pray for us.